Hello children, in the last topic we have discussed regarding the cell wall, and today we'll be discussing with the cell connections that are plasmodesmata. Plasmodesmata, they are the cell communication system in the case of the plant body. The same structures we have discussed in the animal cells, that are gap junctions, right? So the similar structure that is present in the animal cells are the gap junctions. So first we'll be discussing with the plasmodesmata, which are the cell communication system in the case of the plants. So these plasmodesmata, where these plasmodesmata are actually present? The plasmodesmata, they are present on the cell surface of each and every plant cell. So how many plasmodesmata are present? Approximately around 10 to the power of 3 to 10 to the power of 5 times the number of pores that are present on the cell surface. It will be varying. Based upon the cell type, the number of plasmodesmata, it will be varying. Okay. These minute pores present on the cell surface, they are forming the cytoplasmic channels, or they're acting like cytoplasmic bridge, and through which the plant cells are being communicated continuously. Not only that, exchange of different kind of materials are also taking place with the help of these plasmodesmata. Okay, so they play a major role in cell communication. These are fine cytoplasmic channels through which the neighboring cells are connected. If you look at this picture, this is cell number 1 and this is cell number 2. So if you observe, there is a gap that is created. It's a cytoplasmic bridge or like a connection. And in this gap, what will happen, children? The cytoplasm of the first cell, it is being connected to the cytoplasm of the second cell. Right? In the same manner, all the cells present in a tissue, or you can say group of cells, they will be connected together. All the neighboring cells will be connected many times. Not only the single channel, we have many channels all over the cell surface, and these channels, they are in turn connected to each other, and they will be communicating, and they will exchange the different kinds of material when there is need. And here, this cytoplasmic channel, if you observe it closely, it is like a small narrow tube-like structure. Okay, so this cytoplasmic channel, it is like a narrow tube. Okay, single channel is known as plasmodesma. Okay, so one channel, it is known as plasmodesma. Many channels, we call them as plasmodesmata. It is plural form, and singular is the plasmodesma. Okay, so we have. So each plasmodesma, in turn, in the region of the plasmodesma, both cell wall and the plasma membrane. So this first layer, let us say this is cell wall, and the second layer, it is the plasma membrane. So what will happen, children? Both of them, they will be curved and they will be open for the adjacent cell. So at the region of plasmodesma, both cell wall and the plasma membrane, they are in turn connected to the cell wall of the next cell. Okay, so we have two cells here. I have given two cells are being connected with the cell wall and the plasma membrane. So both are continuous here. So at the region of plasmodesma, the cell wall and the plasma membrane are continuous. And if you observe the structure under an electron microscope, okay, so these fine structures, they can be observed only under the electron microscope, then you can see the structure like this. Okay, so let us say in this way the plasmodesmata are present. Now what we are doing, I have given the diagram in this way. Okay, so just imagine. So this is the plasmodesmata. Then what you can observe in the plasmodesmata? Look at the structure. This is the cell wall region and this is the plasma membrane. This first one, the first layer I have drawn on both sides. This is cell number 1 and this is cell number 2. So here the outer layer on both sides, it is the cell wall. And what is the second layer, children? The second layer constitutes the plasma membrane on both sides. Now what happened? So this is a narrow gap created here. So let us say, what is a plasmodesmata here? Plasmodesma here, this channel is known as, other than these structures, in the center I have given many structures that are not called as plasmodesma. Okay, so this channel that is created, the channel that is created by the cell wall and the plasma membrane, it is known as the plasmodesma. It is a narrow cylindrical structure. It's a gap created. Okay, it's a hollow cylindrical structure which is ranging around 20 to 40 nanometer. Okay, so this is a narrow cylindrical space. Plasmodesma is the narrow cylindrical space created by the plasma membrane and the cell wall. Now what will happen? So inside this gap, again we have another fine channel. And what is this fine channel, children? Look at the structure. I have given a rod-like structure. Look at this structure. This central part, the central blue color region, this region, it is known as desmotubule. What is this region known as? Desmotubule. What is this rod? So if you observe the structure of the plasmodesmata, we have a tube inside a tube, a channel inside a channel. So we have two channels, right? So first we have a gap that is created, and inside this gap we have again another tube. Okay, so like this, something like this. Okay, so we have a tube inside another tube. And what is the tube known as? The second tube that is present in the center, the cavity space which is present in the center, it is known as desmotubule. Okay, so the central, so this is desmotubule. Now let us see what is this desmotubule. Desmotubule, it is present in the center of the cavity space or the plasmodesma, and this desmotubule, it is mainly made up of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So how this channel or tube is made? It is made up of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so we all know there is a organelle that is present inside the cell, that is endoplasmic reticulum. In that we have two types, rough endoplasmic and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it is helping in the formation of the plasmodesmata. So what will happen? How this endoplasmic reticulum, it is being trapped here. During the time of cytokinesis or at the time of cell division, what will happen? New cells will be formed. We all know. Let us say this is one cell, and at the time of cell division, what will happen? There is a formation of the new cells. So let us say this is daughter cell and this is the parental cell. And this parental cell, it is forming the daughter cell. At this time, this smooth endoplasmic reticulum or the organelles that are present inside the cell, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it will be present or trapped like this, or it will be entering into the daughter cell, and later it will bisect these two cells. So firstly what will happen, children? The newly formed cell, it will be grabbing the smooth endoplasmic reticulum from the parental cell, and later this particular endoplasmic reticulum, it will bisect both parental as well as the daughter cell, and it will be trapped and forming a channel like this. Okay, so this is how the channel is formed during at the time of cytokinesis. At the time of cytokinesis, both the cells will be connected with the help of this smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So once the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it is creating a gap, then what will happen? Immediately the cell wall and the plasma membrane, they will in turn laid above this particular gap, and totally this is forming a channel like structure which is known as plasmodesmata. Okay, plasmodesma, and many plasmodesma we call them as plasmodesmata. So in the same manner, wherever the cells are jointed together, there the channels are formed at the time of cytokinesis, and all these channels are directly connected and exchange of materials will be taking place. Okay, so this is how the plasmodesmata, the desmotubule is formed. Desmotubule, it is nothing but the smooth endoplasmic reticulum which is jointed on the both sides. So this is cell number 1 here, and above we have cell number 2. Both the cells are jointed together with the help of the common structure, that is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, as it is forming a hollow rod-like structure, we call it as desmotubule. Okay, so this is how the smooth it is helping in the formation of the plasmodesmata. And next, coming to the red color. If you see this structure, children, I have given another layer, the red color layer, above which I have placed certain globular structures. Okay, and what is this red colored layer known as? So this structure, this red color region, this is known as annulus. Okay, so this annulus, it is again present from the cell number 1 to cell number 2. It is extending from one cell to the other cell. And mainly this region will be constricted like this. It will be almost closed or constricted like this. Then what is the main function of this annulus? Annulus will be having many glycoproteins attached to it, and this annulus will be regulating the flux of the molecules or movement of the molecules. If there is a gap, it doesn't mean that everything has to be exchanged or everything has to be leaked from one cell to the other cell. There must be some tight regulation, and this tight regulation, it is mainly done with the help of the annulus. Annulus is a membrane, and this membrane, it is present from the cell number 1 to the cell number 2. The same way for all the cells we have the extension, and these extensions are in turn attached with the glycoproteins all over, and this annulus as well as these glycoproteins, they will regulate the flow of the molecules. Here, what type of molecules can be exchanged easily? There is a gap. Where is the movement that is taking place? That we will see now. So actual movement will be taking place between the plasma membrane. The second layer I have told you is the plasma membrane, and this is the desmotubule. So the movement is taking place in between the desmotubule and the plasma membrane. Clear? So here we have the gap that is created with the help of the plasma membrane and the desmotubule. In between we have this gap, a minute or small gap, and in this gap we have the molecules which are being transported. Okay, so in this way the molecules will be passing. This is the gap. And here mainly the small molecules like amino acids, ions and sugars, they will be easily moved from one cell to the other cell. But larger molecules, or you can say organelles, they cannot move. Or whenever there is a requirement or a need, then the cell will decide whether it has to be transported, exported to outside, or it has to be present inside the same cell. Based upon that regulation only, the molecules will be moving. Otherwise, there will be no movement of or leakage of molecules from one cell to the other cell. This is tightly regulated system. Okay. These plasmodesmata are acting much as the gap junctions of the animal cells. I have told you before. And not only that, children, these plasmodesmata, they will be more in the cells or tissues where the secretion function will be present. So secretory glands, like you can say oil glands or anything, the protein, wherever there is requirement of excessive material, the exchange will be more. In turn, the plasmodesmata will be more. So the one cell will be assisted by another cell which is present adjacent to it. So mainly the secretory cells, they will be having more of these plasmodesmata. And remaining cells which have less functions, they will have very few plasmodesmata. Okay. So depending upon the function of the particular tissue or cell, the number will be ranging. Next, the most important point here. So I have told you that the cells cannot act individually. Only when they are present in a group, then they can act. Then if they are present in the group, they are in turn connected in the plant body with the help of plasmodesmata. Okay, and all these cells which are present from, you can say it may be a root or a leaf, all the cells are directly or indirectly connected with the help of these plasmodesmata. And because of this, what will happen, children? There is a continuum of the cytoplasm all over the plant body. All over the plant body, the cytoplasm, it is continuous. Right? So from, let us say, from the first cell to the million cells that are present inside the plant body, all the cells are directly or indirectly connected. So there will be a cytoplasmic continuity, and this process of this maintaining the cytoplasmic continuity, we call this as symplast. So what is symplast? Symplast means the continuity maintained for the living material. What is the living material? The cytoplasm, the protoplasm. The living material of the cell is the cytoplasm. It is continuous all over the plant body with the help of plasmodesmata. So the movement of molecules, it is continuous from one cytoplasm to the other cytoplasm. In this way, all the cells are connected and the cytoplasmic movement will be taking place. And such movement, such pathway is known as the symplastic pathway. We have another term which is known as apoplastic pathway. What is apoplastic pathway? The dead continuum is known as the apoplastic pathway, or the non-living materials which are present in a continuous manner. We call it as the apoplast, or that particular pathway is known as apoplastic pathway. Then how this dead continuum is maintained? Where this dead region is present? If you see here, let us say this is one cell and here we have another cell. So look at the structure, children. This is one type of movement. Cell number 1, 2 and 3. So how these cells are joined or connected? With the help of plasmodesmata. We have plasmodesmata through which we have the movement of molecules from one cell to the other cell. So this is living continuum, which we call it as symplast or symplastic pathway. Then what is apoplastic pathway? We have the cell wall region, the space between the plasma membrane and the cell wall. Here there will be a gap. Okay, so these are the intercellular spaces which are present, through which we have movement again. Okay, so the movement of molecules, it will be taking place in the region of plasma membrane and the cell wall. The gaps present between the cell wall and the plasma membrane, they will also show the movement, and this is dead continuum. Why? Because protoplasm is absent here. These are intercellular spaces that are present in between the membranes, and such pathway we call it as apoplastic pathway. This is dead continuum and this is the living continuum. Living continuum is known as symplastic pathway and the dead continuum, it is known as apoplastic pathway. So mainly the water molecules, the gases, or you can say few ions, they will be traveling in this region. Okay, and the cytoplasmic content, it will be exchanged in this region from the plasmodesmata. So the plasmodesmata will maintain the symplastic pathway. The cell wall will be maintaining the apoplastic pathway. So this is very, very important, children. So this is regarding the plasmodesmata. So we'll be discussing with the plasma membrane in the next lecture.